Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to run Python code with different editors and in development environments. So let's get started. There are different several ways to run Python code. So let's first discuss the various option of development environment. Development environments are basically where you write your code to get the output in the Python or any other languages. And there are three types of main development environments. First is text editor, second is full IDEs, and third is notebook environments. So let's discuss uh, first text editor. Text editors are basically general editors for any text files. Uh, it can work with different types of files or a variety of files, can say, which have different extensions like .html, .js, .py, that is Python. It is not basically designed for a one specific language, so keep in mind that it is not meant for only Python. So basically they can support any language. If you want to specific features or a plugin like autocomplete features and something, you have to get plugins or add-ons for it. Most popular text editors are Sublime Text and Atom. Okay, let's move to next development environment, that is full IDE. Full IDE is the development environment basically designed for Python. Like previous text editor are general for any type of language. These are specifically designed for some specific languages like Python. There are many full IDs are present. So it has two editions. Like one is community edition, which is free basically, and there is a pro edition. So pro edition has some additional functionalities add on with the community edition features. So it is basically designed for Python, so it has lots of extra autocomplete functions and documentations of different function libraries in it. So it makes easy to run Python code in full IDs. Like there are recommendation option for different function when you type something in. So the most popular full IDs are PyCharm and Spider for the Python. So next development environment is notebook environment. Notebook environment is basically used for a learning purposes, as it presents you a code in visual form. Like it has a interface for the users. Like you don't have to go on command line and run the code. You can see the input, and then right below you can see the output for that line. So it has markdown notes like comments, or you have to extra information you want to write in. It is there in inline only. The markdown notes you can prepare with the code only. It has some. It has not the specific py file format. It has a different file format, and it has a format of IPYNB file format. So it is not the py format, so you can't run by double clicking on it. So let's move. So let's now explore the Python code, first with the editor by creating .py script and running in command line. Then we will move to Jupyter Notebook. So let's move and download the Sublime Text. So let's just type www.sublimetext.com. So here we are at sublimetext.com. So Sublime Text is most popular text editor, and it is not basically free, but it is its trial version is for the lifetime, so it becomes free for us. So there is only just pop-up comes once in a while. that it is you want to purchase or not. You can download, so you can go to download and you can select any Mac OS or something else you want, any operating system. I'm going at home page again and download. I'm just clicking on download for Windows so it can auto detect and get it download. Now it is downloaded, so let's search it out. Please download. After installing, you can search it on Windows search bar. Then you can see the select text option. Let's click on this, and here it is. So we have just opened a file. So now I'm printing hello world for the first time. It is Sublime text is not specific for the language, so you can see there is no color coding, so we have to save the file so that Sublime text know which kind of file it is. So let's save. I'm saving it to the desktop in the Python folder. So let's name it our first Python code. So you can choose any of extension through the options. You can go to the Python option. You can see here it is the python.py, or you can just choose all files and type it down on the file name with the .py extension and then save it. So now you can see there is a color coding is present, print is a function, hello world is a string. So you can see different colors. Now we have to go to command prompt. So command prompts, now you have to go to the folder where your file is saved. So I'm just going to type cd desktop, with the file is present in desktop and then in Python folder. So you can see on the Sublime text upper bar, you can see the path also of the file in the behind the command prompt. So now I'm in Python folder, so I'm just typing Python, then our file name, first Python code.py. Now just type enter after typing file name. So you can see the output, that is hello world. You can also get this hello world by just running Python in command prompt. You have to do is that you have to type Python, then you are inside, then enter. Now you can see that we are basically we are editing in command prompt. So you can type here anything, any Python code, but remember that this will work only for one line code, so it is not very useful. That's why we have to use editor or something else. So you can see there we get hello. If you want to quit from here, then you have to type quit and parenthesis, then we are out of that folder. So let's now move on and go to work with Jupyter Notebook. You have to go to start in Anaconda Navigator for the Jupyter Notebook, which is basically a notebook environment, which is like we are here. So you can see I have just clicked on launch for the Jupyter Notebook. It will directly redirect to the your browser, but mine is not redirecting, so I'm copying this URL into the browser. Now you can see that it is working on localhost. It doesn't require any internet connection to run. And you can see these folders are my computer folders. So it is basically opening my computer directory. You can see desktop. So I'm going to the that folder which I have created for the Python on the desktop. So I'm inside the desktop, then Python. So you can open it by clicking it, and then you can edit in any of the file from here, but we are not going to use Jupyter for editing purposes, so it is not really required. So I'm typing print new, then just saving it, or you can rename file or anything you can done with the files. So I'm closing it now. Okay, now we have to create a notebook. So creating notebook, we have to go to a new, then click on Python 3. It will redirect to a notebook console. So here we are on notebook console. Now you can see the title, untitled. It's because we have not given any title to this notebook. You can see the in directory structure, you can also see the untitled IPNB file, which is basically a notebook file. Now I'm renaming it to first notebook code. Rename. Now you can see the renaming is done in directory also. So you can see there is a input cell. It works on cell. So we have to print input lines in input cell, then we have to run it. So in input I am typing hello world, which I have typed in script also. So I have typed notebook. So basically it takes as input and it will show us output under this cell. So you can see the output is notebook code. I have clicked on run button. So as I told you before, it works on inline structure, like it will show you input then output, input then output. It works in cell. Now I'm typing print with the error. I have not used quotes in this line, so it has to show us error down there. Yeah, so you can see the error is there, and you get the error just below the code you have written. So I'm again typing something which I have done in the previous. Now I'm going to use shift and enter for running the code. If you want to use other shortcuts, you can go to help and you can find and explore the other shortcut as well. So I have clicked on shift enter and my code is run. So I got hello Python. So you can see these are input cell. I have told you about markdowns. Markdowns are basically commenting things that you want to that you want for the exploring, like remembering something, you have to write it down. So I'm writing this is commenting area. You can see there is no input or in in front of that cell because it was not input cell, it was markdown cell. So it is printed that this is commented area and we didn't get any error. So you can see there are two files of different extensions. You can open py file by double clicking it, and you can run it through that, but you can't run ipynb file through double clicking. As you can see, I'm opening it now. First I am opening first py file, Python code file, which you can see I have edited new in that, and it's showing me the new which I have edited in Jupyter. Now I am opening first notebook.code in Sublime Text. So it is showing me a JSON code which we can't directly run without Jupyter. So that's all for the running Python code.